Self-doubt seems to show up at the lowest point of your career, of your life, when you really need to step up your games to achieve a goal that is important to you. So it is important you know how to overcome self-doubt so that you can succeed. And that's what this video is going to talk about. My name is Oyinkwa Akimade. I'm a confidence coach and strategist, and I'm going to be doing a video series on how to overcome self-doubt. In this first video, I'm going to talk about the signs so that you would know if you're facing self-doubt. And I'm going to also talk about the triggers so that you know ahead of time when you will be in a situation that will trigger self-doubt in you, and you can prepare so that you can overcome them. So what are the signs? The first sign is a lack of motivation. That means you're not enthusiastic to do what you know you can do. So you're a professional, or you have a business, or you want to set up a business, or you want to set up a new project, and you just lack the enthusiasm to put forth everything, to put forth the plans, to set the goals, to plan the strategies, and implement the strategies. The second sign is a hesitancy to make decisions. What does that mean? You hesitate to make decisions. You've done all your research. You've done all the homework. You've done everything you have. You have all the data in front of you. And all is left for you is just to push that button, and you hesitate. Or the third sign is when you second guess yourself. You've made that decision. You've applied for that project. You've applied, you've submitted your proposal, and you keep thinking, you didn't do it well enough. There was something missing. It wasn't good enough, even though you know you've done everything you were supposed to do ahead of time to make it a successful project or a successful outcome from a proposal you submitted. The third thing is a lack of resilience after a setback. So yeah, you've done something and it didn't work out, and all of a sudden you're beginning to wonder whether you actually are qualified, whether it makes sense at all to go for that thing you know you can do. This is especially true if you're an emerging leader, or if you're new at a job, or if you're new at a role, and you're wondering, are you good enough? Because you've experienced some setback and you start to doubt yourself. And because you doubt yourself, all the other previous signs that I mentioned earlier starts to show up. And the last thing that it affects is the relationship you have with your team members, those who follow you, and those who you have to convince about your ideas. This is especially true if you're a business owner, or if you're a project leader, or if you're supposed to present an idea to a group of people who you need their approval to go ahead with that idea. When you doubt yourself, when you're suffering from self-doubt, you lack that capacity, or the capacity to influence and to convince the other people of your great idea is greatly diminished. And that is a sign of self-doubt, and that isn't good at all. So what are the things that trigger this self-doubt, these feelings of self-doubt? The first thing is social comparison. It's what psychologists describe as comparing yourselves with other people. Look, social comparison could be good or bad depending on how you use it. If you use it in a positive way, then social comparison is helpful. So if you're comparing yourself with somebody else and you think, look, if this person can do it, so can I, then that's a good thing. But if you look at someone else and say, I can never achieve what that person has achieved, I can never have the impact that person has, I can never have the influence, what's the point? Then that is a negative, and you do not want to compare yourself with someone else and bring yourself down in the process. The second thing too is what I call unmet expectation. Reminders. You've set a goal for yourself, but because you weren't able to achieve that goal, all of a sudden, for any other subsequent goals you've had after that unmet expectation, you begin to doubt your capacity to bring it to fruition. You begin to doubt your capacity to actually make it happen. So anytime you face a new project, anytime something new, anytime you face a new situation, you hesitate, you hold back. And anytime people see you holding back, they doubt your capacity to perform. The third situation that triggers self-doubt too is when you face new challenges, when you face new situations. Let's take an example. You're told to go to another office to lead another team because you've been successful in leading a team before. And all of a sudden you wonder, why me? Can I do this? What if it doesn't work out? you begin to wonder whether you're good enough, whether you can actually deliver the desired outcomes. I'm here to tell you that you can if you put your mind to it. So do not allow new situations stop you or cause you to, hesitate and do what you're skilled to do. The next thing is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is a well-studied phenomenon. And the funny thing about imposter syndrome is that it tends to affect those who are really good at what they do. So if you're good at what you do and you doubt that you're good at what you do, or you doubt that you can deliver the expected results, you're probably suffering from imposter syndrome, and you should not allow that hold you back. Now, the last thing that can cause or trigger self-doubt are bad experiences. Have you put all your, eggs in one basket and it didn't work out? Or has someone disappointed you in a previous situation, and because of that, you have made up your mind that, you would never find yourself in another situation like that? Let me give you an example. Maybe you wanted to start a business 10 years ago and you put your money together with another person and the other person just walked away with the money. And because of that, you made up your mind that you will never find yourself in that kind of situation. Fast forward 10 years, you're doing very well with your business, but you are presented with an opportunity that will actually make you 10 times better, will give it 10 times the result, but it includes partnering with somebody else. And all of a sudden, you remember that bad experience of someone who stole your money, and that stops you and that makes you doubt whether you're going to make a good decision to partner with this new person. You see, that's a bad experience. You've done all the research, you've done all the work. This new person you are going to partner with has proven themselves, or they've proven themselves, or the company has proven itself. It's a good company and a wise decision, but yet, because of that bad experience, you hold back. So that triggers self-doubt. So I've mentioned 5 things that can trigger self-doubt, and it's a good idea to know those things ahead of time so that when you're faced with that situation, when you're hesitating, when you're second guessing, when you're holding back, you really want to question, am I allowing self-doubt control me, or is this the right thing to do? So in my next video, I'm going to talk about the 4 things you can do to overcome self-doubt in whatever situation you may be in. So you need to subscribe to this video. You need to subscribe to this channel so you will know when I upload the next video about the exact steps you can take to overcome self-doubt. And this is good for you, for an emerging leader or even an established leader. So I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button. Thank you for listening up until this point. I'll see you. Bye-bye.